Hi, my name is Marianne Scally, and I'm the Executive Director of the Gault Center, Defenders of Youth Rights. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of a community of youth defenders across the United States who defend the liberty and interests of young people. I'm honored that the Gault Center is one of the 2022 recipients of the International Juvenile Justice Observatory's Juvenile Justice Without Borders Award. It's particularly important to us in the United States to be a recipient of this award as the only member state of the United Nations that hasn't ratified the Convention on the Rights of the Child. In 1989, the international community made clear how important it was to lift up the civil, human, economic, and liberty interests of children in the creation of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. And in 1995, when Nelson Mandela said to all of us that there can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children, he was calling all of us toward a future where all children would have their rights fulfilled and be nurtured as the leaders of our collective tomorrow. The Gault Center and our community of advocates defend children in the United States. And the way in which the United States legal system responds to children who are in conflict with the law reveals, in fact, that the nation of the United States is in need of some repair. The United States was founded on these ideals of liberty and justice for all, but we incarcerate children at the highest rate in the world. And it starts with the fact that almost half of the states in this nation have no lower age of prosecution. We can and do arrest 5-year-olds for behavior that we know is normal 5-year-old behavior. And the reason that the majority of youth are incarcerated in this nation is not for violent crime. More than 2/3 of the young people who are removed from their communities and their homes are removed for non-violent behavior. And despite the significant decreases in the number of youth who are incarcerated and the decrease over the past decade in the number of children who are removed from homes, our nation has significant racial disparities in its treatment of Black, Latino, Indigenous, and other marginalized communities of young people. And this is despite the fact that research is clear that behavior is consistent across all races and ethnicities. Black and Latino youth face physical arrest and incarceration at much higher rates than white youth in this nation for similar conduct. And the racial disparities worsen at every decision point along the way in the legal system here in the United States. Youth defenders bridge the gap between the rights affirmed in our U.S. Constitution and the practices of today. Youth defenders should be recognized with this award, and I am so proud to be here on their behalf. Youth defenders are advocates. They advance their clients' rights and pursue outcomes and meaningful opportunities for young people across the country. Youth defenders are educators. They engage youth in decision-making and help them navigate a complex legal system and give their perspective to decision makers throughout the process. Youth defenders are freedom fighters, tearing down structural racism and confronting bias and unequal treatment of youth in the court system all across this country. Youth defenders give young people an opportunity to thrive. And an opportunity to thrive is essential to the ability of each nation state to thrive. Again, thank you so much for bestowing this honor upon the Gault Center, Defenders of Youth Rights, and for lifting up the critical importance of the work of youth defenders and all advocates who are working to affirm the future of young people from today and into the future.